Yo, what the fuck was that? Bro, that shit looks crazy. Nah, bro, what the fuck is this?
Got tons of movie
What is this, bro? What's good, y'all? It's your boy, No Mercy 4K. Wavy Mercy in the building, and back at you another banger reaction video today. We got top 10 Fate series fights. You guys recently, asked me to check this out. We recently saw a Fate fight. I think it was Saber versus Rider. It was like an edited version. You guys told me I should check out this video instead. You know what I'm saying? Next, top 10 Fate series fights. Let's see what this is talking about. If you enjoy this reaction and want to see more reactions just like this, hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I post every single day, daily bangers for you guys here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, though. I hope you enjoy, and let's get it. Top 10 Fate series fights. Just talking about. There's the little fight we saw edited. Well, the last time for the first time.
From any Fate series thrown around.
Never really seen Fate before.
With the Blu-ray release of the Spring Song movie, the visual quality of Fate fights got to a whole new level. So, since the main series is now over, it's time to take a look at 10 of the best fights in the Fate series. Okay, from now on, I'll let the noble phantasms do the talking.
Nah, the last little clip fight we saw, the animation was on a different crazy level, but that was tough. Bro, you see, bro, that looks fire.
Who cares about the battle of servants when you have two sisters trying to kill each other? Well, Sakura is the only one with the killing intention, but Rin had to be a drama queen and go on with a callous attitude just so she can prove her point. Technically, Heaven's Feel isn't the official route of Rin, but she handled herself well for a side character and even managed to win Shirou's affection.
Bro, the animation looks godlike in this. The W animation in this show, bro.
Longer, like many other fights in the series, and it might just be Rin showing she's a badass when she has a knife in her hand. But this was a huge bonding moment for the two sisters, and the very final trigger to detach Sakura from the Angra Manu. Yeah, so technically Rin did most of the job.
Are we watching the fights or is he narrating all of it? Come on now. Let me see something.
Who is the most cheerful and sexiest overpowered goddess of all time? That's Quetzalcoatl. We've got a lot of gods running around in Babylonia, but the one to triumph them all is the one and only Quetzalcoatl. She doesn't challenge only one, but challenges all of them to a one versus all fight that ends up with a lot of broken bones and ribs. And can we also take a moment to appreciate the choreography of the fight? It's got aerial acrobatics, ground combat, fast-moving cameras, all amalgamating into 2 minutes of jam-packed action that ends with placing Quetzalcoatl on the best girl list. If you are playing the mobile game, now you know which servant to choose for your next battle.
You got a mobile game? Oh, got sent.
Normally, in anime chases, you get these
this dude looked kind of tough, I remember.
Monologues. But in Fate, you get to witness a chase that goes through the road, above the buildings, and into the lake in all its glory.
I remember seeing this
Ufotable
character
is known
before.
for
I
its
forgot where,
brilliant
in a
camera
video or
animation
something.
because of the unique way they combine traditional 2D animation with CGI, and the result looks absolutely amazing. We have seen
Yeah.
Lancer in action a lot, so the main focus of this fight is Assassin, and he managed to shine the spotlight all on himself when he literally ripped the heart out of our favorite servant and fed him to the Holy Grail. What can I say?
Bro, that
Lancer
dude look
died,
crazy.
and you aren't human.
That's the whole Grim Reaper in this bitch. What the fuck? Yo, that shit look fucking tough. Yo, the animation is fire, I ain't gonna lie. Saber versus Lancer.
Number 8. Saber versus Lancer. Unlike many other fights in this list, this may not be a visual spectacle, but what matters is the strategy. Without even knowing the story, you can tell this is a fight between two legendary heroes. There's the concept of chivalry going around too often. Both opponents are intelligent enough to predict each other's moves. And there's the subtle tension going around, urging you to know what's going on next.
Okay.
In terms of tension, there are clearly many fights that can triumph this one, but this deserves a spot in my list purely due to the way it steps away from a traditional fight scene and implements more strategy to it. And don't forget, this is just Ufotable flexing their muscles. We always know what we get when they unleash their full power.
You got a fucking wind sword. An invisible wind sword of death. Ufotable go crazy, ain't gonna lie.
Let's move away from the fights of the main series and take a look at Fate Apocrypha. In here, you've got servants divided as red and black, all fighting one battle royale to win the Holy Grail. And like all Fate storylines, in the end, the ones still standing strong in the game are the ones who are powerful. This means that you get the best of the fights later in the series, and I'm happy to say they didn't disappoint us with the Sieg versus
Yo,
Kana
what is
fight.
going on,
this wasn't
bruh?
something done by Ufotable.
Bro.
You can tell it matches the animation style. Ones still standing strong in the game are the ones who are powerful. This means that you get the best of the fights later in the series, and I'm happy to say they didn't disappoint us with the Sieg versus Kana fight. This wasn't something done by Ufotable, but you can tell it matches the animation style of it all. The animators also made sure to combine their own unique style to the fight to make it more interesting. Even though Sieg was destined to triumph in this one, I still had my hopes up for Kana because he was my favorite. But he didn't have the power of being the main character, so his powers had to take a back seat.
Appreciate the follow, Ashley. Yo, what the fuck was that? Bro, that looks clean as hell.
This fight resembles the Kakashi versus Obito fight, but with guns. There are no conversations, no subtle wordplay, no backstories of any sort. It's just two guys punching the hell out of each other via a complex magic system. From the start of the fight to Kiritsugu's ending bullet, everything was perfectly choreographed, and to this day, this is still one of the greatest fight scenes in the Fate series.
Damn. Bro, Fate looking tough. He looking tough as fuck, I ain't gonna lie. Shirou versus Berserker.
Berserker is one hulking giant who is good at screaming and smashing things. And how can one human handle against the man who completed the 9 tasks of Hercules? With the 9 lives blade works, of course, the Heaven's Feel route was what gave Shirou the most amount of character development. And with character development also came some overpowered abilities.
Holy,
to take down
what the fuck? Bro, that shit looks crazy. Nah, bro, what the fuck is this?
Ufotable got tons of movie budget,
What is this,
they
bro?
weren't picky in spending the cash. So in return, we got this one gorgeous fight scene where Shirou takes down one of the strongest Greek heroes with his own weapon. Berserker got defeated for a second time in the Heaven's Feel franchise. So sorry, Mr. Hercules. Seems like you didn't land on the healthiest route.
Nah, bro, the animation is just crazy. Archer versus Lancer. I heard this was a good fight. A few guys were telling me I should check this fight out.
The two servants with the most rotten mouths go into a fight, and in return, you get a visual spectacle. Even though people are speaking a lot about other fights, I feel like this one isn't discussed very much in the community. If you judge by the name and think this is a fight between a guy with a bow and a guy with a lance, well, you're sorely mistaken. Think again.
That's what I thought.
So, what's the secret of this fight? Magic, animation, noble phantasms. Boy, there's a whole
What
lot
the
going on
fuck?
here. But the servants unleashed their best attacks, and Ufotable didn't forget to complement all of that with their superb animation. Archer and Lancer gave us one hell of a showdown, and their fight was one of the best anime fights I've ever seen.
Bro, that shit looks crazy. Oh my god. How long ago did Fate come out? This animation is godlike. Saber is the Berserker.
Saber was a badass back when she was a normal servant, but her alter form takes things a step further and doesn't forget to land nukes with each of her attacks. That was only one major fight scene in the second Heaven's Feel movie, so Ufotable made sure to land more than half of the budget into this one fight scene, and needless to say, the output was epic, cinematic, and mind-blowing.
This is crazy, bro. This is fire. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Normally, the servant to intimidate the
In terms of
audience
just
fights like this
fights
would be
and
Berserker,
graphics
but
and
Saber
animation.
Alter had this aurora around her that foreshadowed her victory at the end of the fight. Her power levels had also grown in a drastic amount, as I mentioned. Instead of the Excalibur, she has the Excalibur Morgan. Or should I say the full chance? Hammer of the Vile King. Overturn the Aurora. Swallow the Light. Excalibur Morgan.
Excalibur Morgan. Holy. Bro, that's so fucking crazy, bro. Oh, this is literally the one we just saw. Well, we saw like a little short.
Fate fights can
Short
go
edited
back
version
for
of it,
15
apparently.
years, but never in those 15 years have we witnessed something like this. Like most anime fight scenes, the stakes and visuals are what keeps the audience gripped. But this time, the stakes are amplified and the visuals have reached a whole new level. Yes, seriously, you can build an entire country from the budget allocated for these visuals alone.
Bro, that's crazy. The entire country. You see, we didn't see none of that. All of this. What the fuck?
Ufotable gave their absolute best for their final Fate project, and this fight is the best example of it. There are multiple noble phantasms flying here and there, and each character got a moment to shine during the fight. It was rather tragic to see Saber being one of the final villains in this specific Fate route. But on the other hand, we got to see Ryder and Shirou trusting each other and using powers to their highest potential. I don't know about you, but this is the most visually stunning fight I've ever seen in any anime so far, and I challenge you to prove me wrong.
Wow. That's crazy. Nah, Felix looks tough as fuck as a whole series.
Fate fight scenes of all time.
The whole like
The Heavens
fighting series, bro. The fights look insane.
With its animation and visuals, and I'm here lamenting about how the original Fate series has ended now, forever. But I'm gonna keep my hopes up, and so should you. As usual,
it's
if
ended
you enjoyed
forever.
the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the.
Alright, so that was top 10 Fate series fights. I'm not gonna hold you. Those were tough. I am not gonna lie, bro. I see why you guys enjoyed the Fate series, bro. It do look like it got some crazy fights and you know what I'm saying, animation and battles going on. It looks like, you know what I'm saying, they've been doing it for a minute too, and they've been having some crazy animation. So I'm saying, I see why there's some hype around it. That was fire. That was crazy though. I ain't gonna lie, this got me interested. I might end up, you know what I'm saying, checking this out at some point. Who knows? You feel me? But let me know what you guys thought about that down below in the comments. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know what I'm saying, hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I post every single day. Any bangers for you guys here. Let me know your thoughts down below and which one of those fights is like your favorite. You feel me? There were a few that were crazy there. I ain't gonna lie. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one. and I'm out.